Hey, how you guys doing? Today, I'm going to talk about credit repair. I want to talk about what it is, how it works, and my take as a debt collector on credit repair companies. So stay tuned. Okay, so what a credit repair company is, a company that offers to improve your credit by basically disputing inaccurate accounts on your credit report, right? And so that's what it does. Now, I talked about the other three types of companies that can help you with your credit. In this instance, it's not dealing so much with debt collection companies as well as the original creditor per se as far as negotiating initially, but basically they are disputing accounts, inaccurate accounts on your credit report. Okay. Now, what does a credit repair company do? Basically, they offer to improve your credit for a fee. You know, typically either not an upfront fee, but typically either a fee, a one-time fee, or monthly fee to clean up your credit. So basically, they're basically pulling a copy of your credit report. Anything that's on your credit report that's in collections, typically in bad standings, they're disputing those accounts. And so with credit repair, what they realized is that there's a way in which you can dispute accounts on your credit report, inaccurate accounts especially, but they'll do even accurate accounts, and they'll come off of your credit report. Because basically what happens is they'll dispute, let's say, a Capital One credit card account. Now, Capital One directly itself has to have basically a signed contract from you originally when you signed up for that credit card, showing it was in fact you who got that credit card. And so a lot of times with getting that information, it can be tough for creditors. Let's talk about some of the pros with regards to credit repair companies. If you're looking for a change in your credit report within 30 to 45 days, I recommend going through a credit repair company. The reason why is because when they're disputing inaccuracies on your account, once an account is disputed, they have 30 days to 45 days to respond to that dispute. A lot of times, if they don't have the correct paperwork and all the information that's needed, then it comes off of your credit report. And so that's why a lot of people who deal with credit repair companies, it happens a lot faster versus some of the other options that I told you, debt consolidation, debt negotiation, and debt management. A lot of times that can take anywhere from 5 to 7 years, depending on the type of, depending on, you know, how bad your credit is and what it is that you do with regards to repairing your credit. And so with a credit repair company, a lot of times you can see results immediately. You can see your points go up and shoot up drastically. As well as it saves you time. Same situation like with the other things. Most people are working a 9 to 5. They have a family that they have to take care of when they get home. You know, mothers and fathers having to cook, clean up, and so forth. A lot of times you just don't have the time to be disputing accounts or trying to manage your debt. And so hiring a third-party company, obviously, if you have the funds to do so, can do that. But with credit repair in general, you can save a tremendous amount of money dealing with them. Now, some of the cons with regards to credit repair companies is you can get scammed. So it's very important you do your due diligence from a company before actually hiring them. You got to make sure, you know, that they have a track record of actually cleaning up people's credit. Look at some of the reviews on there. Make sure, you know, you're not getting disgruntled consumers that are actually dealing with the specific company that you've dealt with that have hurt you. Now, another thing is you can obviously do it on your own. You don't necessarily have to hire a credit repair company. If you have the time to actually do so, you can do that on your own. You can dispute the accounts, you can send off the letters and do all of that type of stuff. Now, there are 3 major credit bureaus, so when you're disputing stuff, you have to send it to all 3 credit bureaus, as well as I would recommend that you send the letter certified so that way you know that it got to the original credit bureaus. So my opinion as a debt collector is this. When someone's dealing with a credit repair company, a lot of times I don't like it. And the reason why is because what happens from there is a lot of times they'll call you and they'll ask for the original contract. Now, as a debt collector, and me being a business owner in the debt collection business, a lot of times when purchasing debt, it's cheaper if you don't have the actual signed contracts or you don't have the information with regards to the accounts themselves. I mean, we sort of kind of base it and hope that you as the consumer will remember that, oh, I had a Capital One credit card. I know I allowed it to go to collections, and so they're going to pay it. But as soon as someone starts asking for original documentation, because like I've stated before, debt is purchased and sold in bulk. And a lot of times it'll exchange, 3 or 4 different companies. And within that exchangement, a lot of times you don't have the original documentation on the accounts. And so without the original documentation, once you obviously, whether it's yourself or your company disputes the accounts as an inaccurate account or no knowledge of the debt of the account, then we have to provide an actual signed contract. Now, I know that there are a lot of times people do dispute that way, and then all of a sudden it'll be updated on your credit report as the account was verified. And basically all that means is the company said, yes, this is the person's first, last name, this is their social security number, and it's verified that it's their account. But understand, you have to provide an actual signed contract, and within the letters that you send, within the verbiage, it should state something along those lines of wanting a signed contract with regards to that. So as a collector, a lot of times I don't like credit repair because chances are we're not going to get paid. Now, if we have the signed contract, a lot of times when consumers request a signed contract, once you request that signed contract and we provide that signed contract, we're not giving you no settlement. At that point in time, we know what it is that you're trying to do. And if you owed a $10,000 balance, a lot of times at that time span, if you would have got me as a collector and I provided the signed contract to you, we demand the balance at that point in time. And if you're working or anything along those lines and you don't pay the balance in full, then we'll take other measures with regards to getting the money from you. So just understand that that is a part. So it's a loophole within the system, obviously, because, I mean, collection agencies have, millions of accounts. And a lot of times they don't have the documentation, whether it was lost or whether it was, not there. I've worked at companies where they have a lot of the documentation. I worked at companies where they have like 80% of the documentation. Why is that? Because the original creditor, depending on how they filed the information with regards to the accounts and so forth that you got, will determine if in fact they'll keep that. So credit repair companies, I do recommend them. And the reason why is because unlike the other options, you're starting out directly with pulling a copy of your credit report and then disputing inaccuracies on your account. Without that signed contract, those things fall off. With that signed contract, then you can go to the negotiating standpoint or setting up some type of monthly payment. But by law, they're required to give you a copy of that contract, show you a copy of that signed contract that you originally had. Without that, I wouldn't pay the accounts. And so that's that. Now, if you want a consultation with us, we do credit repair. You want a consultation, you want some information with regards to that, email me at askadebtcollector@barrettrecovery.com. I have been receiving emails from some of you guys. I've been responding on time, I believe so. Nevertheless, continue to send those send that information. I can help you with repairing your credit. If you have any questions about debt or credit, put them down in the comment section. I promise you I'll answer them. And as always, you be great.